The tidings I bring you, yeah, yeah. A message to you, my friend. Invoke your angels. When the shot drop, they cannot conquer dread. No, no way. Your blues and feelings. Spirit said, take the world off your shoulders. One foot in the grave, foolish step to take. So in tears shall reap in joy. Wise doctrine, assure your Savior. No more stumbling block, backsliders get down. The righteous reveal secrets of the scripture. The wicked and portion vanity. Disciples of Lucifer. Yeah. In your hands lie your destination. The book of true life you overtook. Mystical powers to you unfold. Seek ye the half that has never been told. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Behind the Satan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Behind the Satan. Chant. I saw my day. I want to chant. I saw my day. I got to chant. I saw my day. I want to chant. I saw my day. 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 I reach up, I reach up, I reach up the vision, yeah. Come on. Greetings, 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 everyone, and welcome to Chanta Sama Day. We are here today again. It's been a rough day, couple days. It's been rough. It's been really, really rough. And I usually ask my students, where are they? Are they at the thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs to the side? And I am at a thumbs to the side. Hopefully it's not going to go thumbs down. We are here a little bit after the top of the hour. I was delayed. This rise, dealing with some things. Blessed greetings, everyone. Thank you and welcome to Chanta Sama Day. We are here again today. Yeah, here again today. Breathe. We just have to breathe. 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 We just have to breathe. Oh. Greetings and welcome to Chanta Sama Day. Hi, everybody. Today is the day that goodness and righteousness has made. We're going to rejoice in this day. So, righteousness rocks. Right? Rock of righteousness rocks. Yeah. Rocks of righteousness rocks. Oh. Blessed rise and blessed greetings, everyone. Welcome to Chanta Sama Day. We are here today again on the 1-1 day, the 11th day. It's 11. 2-11. 2-11. Thank you for joining Chanta Sama Day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have a seat. Take a sit down. Take a load off. Take a load off. And have a seat and have some tea, your coffee or your tea, whatever your liking is to you. I'm having some tea. And this tea is roasted roots. And today's tea says, beauty is not caused. Beauty is. Just as love
is. And beauty is that. I have my Harriet Tubman pin, y'all. Mm-hmm. What would the ancestors say? Amanda Seals. Yay, shout out to Amanda Seals. Even though she kind of dissed me, I still love her because she's about the truth. She's not going to water it down and be fake and Drake be fake. You know, she's not going to be fake. She's going to be real. She's not going to be fakey, Drakey. So, yeah, get the Amanda Seals squad, be part of the Seals squad. Yep, yep, yep. People are so mean. What they do, they take her videos and they make clips about it and talk about her in a negative way. So, you know, oftentimes we see that happening quite a bit on social media and stuff like that. But I am so blessed, highly favored, and wonderfully made. Yes. Wonderfully, wonderfully made in the image of that is good, that is the most omnipotent goodness of all. So I have a few things to get some housekeeping stuff first. Those of you who are requesting the oil, the new bottle is here, and I have the new bottles here. It's the dropper bottles, and you just squeeze and drop. Okay, this is potent. It is 100% natural. It's good for aches and pains, stretch marks, just, I mean, it's good for everything. It's good for what it does. It goes into the skin. It goes into the pain of and it goes to the root of it. So, those of you who requested them, I'm getting some text messages. I'm getting I'm getting all kinds of, requests for these oils. So what I have done, I have right here, this is my shelf. So they're boxed up and they're ready to go. It's just that I haven't had the time to send them out. These orders that are going out, they are sample orders. They're samples. So, yeah, all of these are samples. And some people are getting 4. So they're 4 in a box. Okay, they're 4 in a box. See that? So, these have been bottled up. And thank you for liking this video. Ha! Oh my goodness, this tea is really good. So, thank you so much for liking this video and for tuning into Chanta Sama Day. We are here live in the Rise. Hallelujah. And the Psalm today is beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's Psalm 18. And the verse of the day just popped up on my phone. So I think we're going to start with the verse of the day. But before I begin, I mentioned how I'm feeling. I'm kind of not feeling that great. Some things are happening, and it's challenging my patience. You know what I mean? So when I looked at the Psalm verse today, it's I needed that. I needed it. You know, like when you need someone to talk to. You have that friend. That's what it is. Blessed greetings. Good morning, Connie. Thank you so much for joining Shanta Sama Day. Connie's our moderator. She's here. Yeah, so I've been getting a lot done, but I'm tired, exhausted, and just some things are dealing with my patience, So when that happened, I looked at the verse of the day. And that's where I wanted to start. So the verse of the day is coming from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Everybody knows 1 Corinthians. It describes what love is, right? 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 to 5. I'll have that tattooed on my arm. 1 First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 to 5. So in that in that verse of the day, I needed that because some things are trying my patience, and I'm not gonna get into it on live because it's gonna be taken care of by something greater than me. So if I keep digging in it, it's not gonna, you know what I mean? Getting taken care of in the righteousness. If I taking care of it, ain't gonna. Let me tell you, when we cannot go on our own understanding. We have to err on that side of the goodness, and truth. And some people's truth are different than yours, and how you were treated maybe was different than what they thought they treated. You know what I mean? So it's all about love and staying on that side. So I leave folks when my patience is being challenged. I leave folks in the bosom of Abraham. I leave them there, and I shelter in place. So it's like a storm, and then you shelter in place. What is that shelter in place? You're sheltering in the wings of love. You're sheltering in that place of goodness and mercy and compassion and all of that. That's where you're sheltering in the place of. And when we do not shelter in those places, we're going to find ourselves in turmoil, confusion, chaos, and all of that stuff. So that's what I wanted to preface the psalm with, because the theme today is about, based on the verse today from First Corinthians, based on the psalm today, Psalm 18, based on February 11th. We're in the book of Numbers. If you've been reading the scripture, we started in January with Genesis, and now we're February with Numbers. We're in the book of Numbers, chapter 5, verse 8, and it's talking about cleansed. You're cleansed, you're cleansed for worship. You are cleansed. And in that cleansing, I have to use my oil. So this is the dropper, and the oil. This is so we have the drop here, and then we drop it on. See that? Rub it into your arm palms and just. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. If you type a lot, you use your hands a lot, this is perfect. You got arthritis, this is perfect for your hands. Oh my goodness. So, these are going to be on shelves near you soon. But, yeah, I gotta drink some tea. Oh my gosh. I have my teapot of water here. Okay, thank you. Happy blessed Tuesday. It is Tuesday in the Ethiopian language. It is Maksanyo. So Tuesday is a Sabbath in Ethiopia. It's a Sabbath day there. That's when they look at the Sabbath, the day of rest. And these kinds of practices were not embraced because of the colonial and capitalist system that wanted it to be that you work and they wanted that Sunday to be that worship day, for folks. So anyway, when we're looking at prefacing the psalm today, and what is the theme today? What is the focus? What's the theme today? The theme today, when I looked at, let me see. When I looked at the word today for February 11th, it's about prosperity. And that's the word today, prosperity. So we have the word today, prosperity, the verse today about love. We have, we're in the book of Numbers. talking about cleaning yourself, cleansing yourself, living a sacred life, um, so that you can reap prosperity. So prosperity is our word today, and it's about, knowing prosperity frees you from worry. Someone said they're not worried. I'm not worried about that. I don't want you to worry. No, 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 no worry. Worry is going to leave you in a sorry. You're going to be sorry. So don't worry. Have that knowledge of prosperity that you're going to be okay. I don't know what's happened to my throat. Mm. So I have my lemon, honey in my tea. And yeah. So so it's all interrelated with our theme today. And our theme today is, righteousness rocks, the rock of righteousness, and holding on to that knowledge of the rock and what that rock represents to your life and to you, and how you manifest that. How do you express it? How do you transfer that to yourself from within, and then it comes out. We have a lot of dependencies. We have alcoholic dependencies. We have cigarettes, smoke dependencies, and sometimes we have to pull away from dependencies and kind of see our way, in a balance. So Luca, hi Luca. Thanks for joining Chanta Samba Day. Thanks for joining and for tuning in. The theme today is about holding on to that rock. What are you holding on to? How are you holding on to that? Cleaning yourself. While you're holding on to that, are you cleansing yourself for that, adulation? When you dress up and you go to church and stuff, and you get, cleansed and bathed and ready, and you go into the house of the Lord and you worship. So that's what that's sort of representing, where you are cleansing. In the book of Numbers, it speaks of the nation cleansed for worship. So it's looking at the entirety of humanity within nations. So a godly life is always the best advertisement for Christianity. So when people speak of themselves as Christians, living the life of a godly person, and what does that mean? It means humble, respectful, honest, forthcoming. Oftentimes people are not honest, and they perpetuate a blame of, this is the reason why I didn't tell you, or this is because of this, and instead of being honest. So what is a godly life? It's all of that. It's about being honest and, having integrity about yourself, taking care of yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, how are you going to take care of me? I'm at risk, because if you're alcoholic, and you're addicted to, whatever, gambling or whatever, you're not taking care of yourself. How are you going to take care of me? So I want to shout out to those who have reached out to me in this time that I'm going through situations, and have lent a hand, even though they may say, oh, she got it, she don't need nothing, but they still cash at me. They still, say, here, use this and get some food, and I'm like, I'm good, you don't have to. Those are friends. Those are kind people that are not about taking, they're about giving. And that's prosperity. When you are free from the worry of, okay, where am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I'm not getting that. That's not coming in until this. I got to use this for this. Oh my gosh. Ah. And then you have people trying to steal from you, trying to take from you, take your credit, take your, credit, take things, you know. So I just stay in that place. And that's why the theme today is so important and so powerful, because it's about rocking the righteousness. How you gonna rock it? You're gonna rock it in a cleansed way, right? You're gonna clean that mouth out, and leave people kind words, right? You upset. I was upset yesterday. Okay, I could have gone off into places. I would. I I wept. The challenge made me weep for not for my self pity, but for what made me weep. Because when I weep, oh my goodness, tumbling down the road for folks. And I don't wish any bad on anyone. However, it's very nefarious and very evil. That's what nefarious means, evil. When people do things without a conscience, or they may say, oh, that wasn't my intention, but they did something, right? Yeah, it's so, it becomes a challenge, because you have to stay in that good space, that good place, that good space. And when people don't communicate to you anymore, for whatever reason, they have theirs, it's because something they've done to you that they know was wrong. So they're not able to communicate. They're not going to communicate. They're in their little lie, living a lie. So the theme today of holding that rock of righteousness, you're free from living a lie. And when people, I have this beautiful quote. Oh my goodness. It says, and I think I had saved it. It's amazing. It's just, and people don't realize this, because people say, oh, I didn't go have sex with anybody. I broke up first and then went and had. Listen, you don't have to have sex to be a cheater. And people need to know that. Those of you who are listening, because I know whoever out here watching, this is for you. You don't have to have sex to be a cheater. Once you start hiding text messages, lying about where you're going and who you're with, you're already on your way. You're already on your way, folks. So, and people, karma is a real reality. I know it from my experience. It don't play. And the theme today of holding on to that rock, that's where I have to be. That's where I have to be. Because folks tend to try to want to take you out of that space. They want to take you out of that space. So I don't know if it's their intention or unintention or whatever it is. But the reality is the reality. And the truth is the truth. And when you don't communicate to the person you're with and you go communicate with someone else, you're cheating. That's cheating. Tell the person you're with, look, I want to see other people. You know what I mean? Tell the person that you're with that and go about your way. That's all. Not wait for the person to be like, I can't get you. I've been calling you all night. What's happened? Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happened. What if something has happened? And that's what people do to folks. But guess what? When it comes back around, because your tears are in a bottle, Okay, those of you who've been hurt know what I'm talking. Your tears are in a bottle, and it's going to be poured out on the ones that cause those tears. Uh and it's not magic, it's not voodoo, it's not any that kind of witchcraft. It's reciprocity. Okay, it is whatever a man soweth, so a man reapeth. That's what it is. Ain't nothing magic about that. It's nothing magical about that. So, yes, Connie, thank you so much for stating that. Very intelligent and beautiful woman you are. Because karma definitely comes back around to the front door. You know, it definitely does. And when people, call and curse people out and not knowing that they're the other, they're the one they're living, when you start something with a lie, a big lie, you know what I mean? Lying to the person that you're cheating with, lying to the person that you're with, when you're lying like that, playing two people against each other and doing all these things, it's got to come full circle. And don't call me when things happen, Connie. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So that's our theme today. Our theme is righteousness is a rock, right? It's a rock. It is a rock. And that rock, if you listen to how they coined rock and roll, you know how the rock rolled away and Jesus came out and lives. So we got to live. We got to be about that. We got to be about that Jesus love. We got to be about that Most High love and that truth. We got to live in that. Don't just call the name. Oh, Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. And then you're doing a whole different thing. People do that. They call Jesus' name night and day, but then they're cursing people out. They're, cheating and lying. It don't, the math ain't mathing. It don't make no sense. Make it make some sense. So let's get into this, y'all. We're going to get into the verse of the day because we need love. Love is the key for what we need in dealing with situations. So that's where I'm going to stay there with that love. And the word of the day. I mean, the verse of the day. The verse of the day. 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 We ready for it? Here we go. I ask that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart is acceptable in the sight of what is righteous, what is good, kind, loving, and all of the attributes that we worship and we praise. I'm using those words because that's a language everybody knows, but I like to use making a melodic, harmonic sound to goodness. So, love is patient. Love is kind. So when I say to somebody, you never loved me because this is what you've done, this I go into 1 Corinthians. Read this to anybody who has hurt you or did you wrong. Read this to them and let it go. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not boast. Love is not proud. It don't have no pride in it. There's no pride, no proudness. Love isn't proud. Love does not dishonor others. Love doesn't dishonor folks. You know, it doesn't do that. It doesn't put one down and lift one up. in other words. Love is not self-seeking, seeking for yourself. You want a car, you want this, you want shoes, you want this. You seeking for yourself. You see an opportunity. You see somebody who, oh wow, I'm gonna go and marry that person. She can give me this, this, and this. Self-seeking, seeking for yourself. Seeking for yourself. Yeah, people, they don't know what love really is. Love, that's not what love is. So they never had love, real love, so they don't know what it is. So they don't know how to give it. They may not have grown up with it. Okay? So we have to be that example and show them. And when they go, that means they don't want to know no more. Let them go. Yeah, love, it doesn't hurt. So when you're crying and when somebody, you love make you cry, that's not love. I would run to the hills. That's not love. Like I told someone, a young man said, "Oh, the person still love you." I said, "No, honey, that's not love. They're confused. That's not love." So love is not self-seeking, okay? Love is not easily angered. People are easily are turned into a switch. Something triggers them and they're easily angered. And they're easily angered and flustered, right? That's not love. Love is not easily angered. So when people go off on you easily, walk away to the hills. That's a red flag. Like, wait a minute. If they could be so easily angered for that, what if something else bigger happens? What they gonna do? They gonna hide me in the basement and lock me away? I'm scared. So red flags. Look at red flags. So love is not easily angered. Love keeps no record of wrongs. So you do me wrong, I'm not, guess who recording it? The Most High is recording. And I'm not going to record. That's why I said I'm not going to put my hand in it again. I'm not going in it. Okay? Let the law of this land, of the world, handle that. And guess whose side I'm going to be on? With the Most High side. That's the side I'm taking. That's the side I'm going to take. And in that, there's no record of wrongs in that. I'm not recording any wrong. I'm not going to keep bringing up, recording it, and I'm not keeping a record of it. What you've done, this is the date you did this. I'm keeping a record of you did me wrong. You didn't tell me when I told you I wanted to break off, and I told you why and these things. I gave you that courtesy, that I still stayed. I didn't go with someone else, but that wasn't reciprocated to me. I didn't get that same respect. That's why I named my dog Respect, because I wasn't getting any from the jump. Very disrespect, big time. So I don't want to be around that or be with that. That's, disrespect. And people use the death of their sister, the death of their mom to justify, their behaviors. And it's fine, people grieving, but that's a time we come together more. And there was no time to come together more because I was looked at as the reason, they weren't with their loved one when they passed. It was me, it was my fault. So when you're with someone and you're looking at them as, wait, my mom, you're the reason because I wanted to stay and be with my, you know what I mean? People will hold that resentment, and they hold that where they're unhappy with who they're with, because that's a memory of that trauma, that death of their mom, So they want something new, somebody that doesn't remind them of that, and that, puts on, the um I call it the football babe, is into the football with them and stuff like that. I'm not about that. So I am happy for people that can align with each other in that way. But when you're not honest, that alignment is not going to last. It's going to break down because of the starting of it was based on a lie that you created because you didn't tell the person that you're with anything. You're talking to someone else about the person that you're with, and then you go on with that person. So the verse today is beautiful. I love it. That's the verse of the day.
Verse of the day.
Love is patient.
Verse.
Love is
Verse
kind.
of the day.
Love does not envy.
Verse.
Love does not
Verse
boast.
of the day. Verse.
Love is not
Verse
proud.
of the day.
Love is not self-seeking. Love is not easily angered. Love keeps no record of wrongs. That's the verse of the day. Thank you so much for joining Shanta Samade with the verse of the day. Now we're going to go to the word of the day, y'all. The word of the day.
It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day.
The word of the day. Prosperity. 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 Knowing prosperity frees me from worry. So knowing prosperity. And what is prosperity? Prosperity is, let's look it up. We got to look up what the word of the day means. It's a state of being prosperous. And what is prosperous? Prosperous is flourishing financially. You want to flourish financially? Listen to this word of the day and how to get that. Let me get some more tea in here, you guys. So, prosperity. So, it's brought to us today by Psalm 25, verse 13. So, prosperous, successful in material terms, flourishing financially. So, that's what prosperity means. Are you flourishing financially? I am not in the place where I'm flourishing financially at the moment because I'm dealing with a lot of taking. There's still a little bit of leeches still hanging on that I gotta flick up like this, flick on. Yeah, you're gonna think about because that's the hurt. That's the hurt. It's in the brain. That's that part of the brain that you're gonna be thinking about. That's that hurt. That happens to me. I was telling a friend of mine, I was thinking about my ex the other day, and then I started remembering why they're an ex and what they did to become an ex, and what I tried to do to help not becoming that, hanging on and hanging on to it. But it's, you have to let it burn in the ashes. Let it burn in the ashes. And when they're avoiding you because they know they did you wrong. When somebody avoiding you, they know they did you wrong. But when somebody is calling you, checking on you, how you doing? I'm sorry this happened. I made a mistake and I should have talked to you, but I went and talked to someone else, and I got, lured away, and I wanted to pursue this somebody else, and I wanted to have sex again. You weren't having sex anymore because I can't have sex if you're wasting money and you're not intellectually stimulating. You're not talking, you're on the phone with other people. I can't do it. It's not satisfying, so go and find that other person, and that's great, because then you can, have that. I'm glad that, because the deaths of sister and mom caused the low sex drive to happen, and the unhappiness and all this stuff. And now I'm glad that that is revived, that the sex is revived, because you're not being reminded of the grief of your sister and your mom with the person that you're with. They weren't there. So we have to move on, and you, Connie, you will too. And you will be sent the best person, because you're making room for that, because you are letting that other past go. Let it filter on out of your brain and your system. And know that you're going to see the day, okay? You're going to see the day when everything comes into fruition, when people's behaviors create their destiny. How someone behaves and treats people is how they're going to be treated, and what's going to happen to them. Remember, what a man sows, so shall he reap. So when you're sowing deceit and you're sowing communication with people, you don't have to have sex to cheat, but when you are communicating with other people, this is what it is. It is what it is. Be real, be honest, and be real. So the word today, prosperity, financially free. Okay, this is what it reads. Like most people, I may worry from time to time about having sufficient money and other resources, right? You worry from time to time. Some people can't pay their bill because they went paying Christmas. They're waiting for tax refund. This is what people depend on. So from time to time, you may worry about that, your car getting repoed. I had 2 cars that were repoed in the past, the relationship I was in. 2 cars. The person was riding a bike. When I met them, I asked me to help them. I said, oh, I should have said no, but I said yes, because that's me. I'm kind. But people use you, they see that about you. They see that you're thirsty, and they're like, oh, I can get her. So when we look at that, and not and that time of worry and having to pay this and having to pay, I was in grad school, for crying out loud. I was in graduate school. I was doing a practicum. I was in 2 degrees, PhD and a library degree, for crying out loud. Some people can't even do 1 degree. They're stressed out. So I was doing a lot. It wasn't easy. And I didn't have support. I didn't have that support from the person. So it's natural to have those feelings of worry. However, not necessary to be resigned to them. So in other words, we're going to have those times when we're going to be worried about this and that. But guess what? We cannot be resigned to them. Like that's where we're going to be at. No. Free yourself. Free yourself. Free yourself from anxiety about not having enough by remembering your prosperity is not in the things of the world. Check it out. It's not in the things of the world. Car's gonna go. Like I said, I had 1 car repoed, a 2nd car repoed, and then I got into a 3rd car co-signed with someone who ain't paying the bill. So I am freeing myself from anxiety about not having enough patience to deal with these folks by remembering my prosperity is not in the things of the world. They gonna go. They gonna go. Those things are material. You know, people say to me, how in the world did you get yourself into? How in the world? What did you do? My prosperity is rooted in the truth of God. That's where my prosperity is. It's not in these material things, repo cars, this and cars, that, and apartments, and whatever else, trips. It's not about that. I lift myself out of constricting energy of worry and fear. Lift yourself up out of it, people. Lift yourself up out of the constricting, because worry constricts you. Guess what it does to your heart? People get heart attacks from constricting energy of worry and fear. By remembering there is no lack in God. There is no lack in the Most High. There is no lack in righteousness. There is no lack in the goodness of the Lord. There is no lack in that. I is a divine being. Everyone, even your exes, they're divine beings. They may not know it. That's why they do it. The things they do, because they don't know who they are really. So remembering that there is no lack in the righteousness of the Most High, and that you are a divine being, a child of righteousness. That means there is no lack in you. When I told somebody, they said, "Are you a lesbian? Are you do you want men? What do you?" I'm like, I'm a child of the Most High. Okay, that's first. All that other stuff can go out the window, because whatever. Okay. I've been in relationships where it don't matter if there's a man or a woman, they ain't no good. Unless they are going to come into your life to give and not take, to give, bless, and not take and give stress. You know, be in somebody's life to be a lifter upper, not a down presser. So as a child of God, that means there is no lack in me. I don't lack nothing because I don't have a man. I don't lack nothing because I don't have a woman. Okay, people think they lack things because they don't have somebody in the bed there with them. That's what the person I was with said. I'm sleeping by myself, and really? You're supposed to be about Jesus. I thought you loved Jesus. That's who you're supposed to be there with. But no, you went and got the devil business. Now you entrapped with the devil because you didn't wait for Jesus. So anyway, as I commune with righteousness and affirm prosperity, I affirm it. I am prosperous in righteousness. I may not have I may have all this repo on my, I may have all this stuff financially going on and things like that, but that don't mean I'm lacking anything. I may have $1 in my account. That don't mean I'm lacking nothing. I may have $1 million in my account. That don't mean I'm lacking nothing. Or I'm something because I have $1 million. Those things come and those things go. Okay? I was telling someone the other day, when I get ready to sell my app and I'm negotiating selling my app, you know, there's Microsoft and Google, they're going to be trying. I said, you know what? If Apple want to buy it for less than Microsoft and Google and they're going to do the right thing with it, I'm going to sell it to Apple. So it's not about the money. It's about integrity. You know, what you going to do with my app? You're not going to use it to destroy humanity. You know, because that's not what the app is. It's to help humanity. So there is no lack when you have God in your life, okay? And you begin to trust that new avenues of supply will open to you when you need them. Okay? New avenues. You may not get money or find that, like I said, Microsoft and Google mightn't buy it, but there may be a new avenue of supply that's going to open. When one door closed, I told my son, when one door closed, brother, another one bigger going to open. When you reject it, you're being protected. Remember that. So I listen for guidance. Thank you for liking this video, by the way. I listen for guidance, and I trust that guidance will lead I to perfect opportunities to manifest the supply I need. Tell you that. I trust that when I listen to righteousness, I am going to be led to perfect opportunities to manifest the supply I need. Okay? You see all these oils, my supply of oils, I got one box. They all have 4 oils in them. Well, this one has 3. But I've been giving them away. I'm giving them away. That's how you're going to prosper. Giving. I'm not taking people money, you know. When it's in the store on the shelf, though, you're going to have to go and buy it then. When it's on the shelf, you know, you're going to have to go and buy it. But I am giving it away. Practically. And people are testing it. And they're finding that there is a use. So I have to print out some more surveys. So that word today is brought to us by Psalm 25. And Psalm 25 says, people who are righteous are going to abide in prosperity. They're going to be prosperous. They're going to be okay and taken care of. And their children shall possess the land. The children are going to be okay. So when people got children and they're doing foolishness, it's going to pass on to their children. I know from my experience. Okay. So Psalm 25 verse 13. Who is they? The righteous is going to abide in prosperity. They're going to live in prosperous. They're not going to have a lack for nothing. And their children is going to have the land. They're going to be on the land. They're going to be having a place. Land is important. And this Psalm 25 verse 13, possess the land now. Remember I talked about I want some land so I can go plant some food. That's what I'm going to eat. So that is our word today. That's our word today. Prosperity.
It's the word.
That's our word today, y'all. We're up at the top of the hour.
It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day.
Thanks for joining Chanta Sama Day. That's the word of the day. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that word of the day. Prosperity. I send out prosperous vibes and prosperity to every one of you out there who are watching, that you may be prosperous in your work, prosperous in your life, prosperous in your relationship, prosperous in your everything that you are existing to do, that you are prosperous in that. So thank you for joining. There's something I'm missing. Ooh, something I'm missing, everybody. Let's see. Yes.
Life lessons.
Life
from the
lessons
ocean.
from the ocean.
Life lessons. Life lessons.
Life
from the
lesson
ocean.
from the ocean. Let's see what this life lesson is and how it's connected to our theme today.
Life lessons from
Righteousness
the
rocks.
ocean.
Let's see.
Life lessons from the ocean.
Like this one. Life lessons from the ocean. Today's life lessons from the ocean has some pictures of starfish. Starfish. Don't underestimate the power of self-healing. We got to heal ourselves. We got to have a girls' trip. We got to heal ourselves. We got to do something. We got to heal ourselves. Start with yourself first, and then we're going to branch out and bring each other together. So start with healing yourself. And today's life lesson is really aligned with our theme today. And our theme today is righteousness rocks. Rock of righteousness rocks. Rock of righteousness rocks. That's the theme today. And that begins with self-healing. So this is what it reads. And where's my little light? My little light. Here we go. Underneath its bumpy exterior, the common starfish hides its strength as a real survivor. It must face the harshest of storms and fearsome predators, even its favorite foods, like mussels and small crabs, can inflict injury. But a starfish doesn't let this hold it back. It can lose an entire arm, escape quickly, and grow back a completely new limb. In fact, a starfish can survive losing 2, 3, or even 4 arms in one go and be largely back to normal within a year. Life throws occasional mishaps and accidents at all of us. I know because I broke my arm in Arkansas. And the human body's power to recover from a setback is amazing too. I am amazing. I recovered from that. We shouldn't let a wound or trauma, if you've been hurt, you've been traumatized, you've been rejected, you've been betrayed, you've been lied to, you've been bamboozled, you've been hoodwinked. Listen, that should not stop you from doing the things you love to do. Don't let that stop you from doing the things you love to do. You love to go to botanical gardens. Don't wait for someone to take you. I wanted to go to Hot Springs, Arkansas, waiting for someone to take me. They never did. So I got to go and take myself to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and have a self-healing moment, right? So this is our life lessons from the ocean.
Life lessons from the ocean. Life lessons. Life lessons.
Life lessons
from the ocean.
From the ocean. Hear that? Remember,
life lessons from the ocean.
Don't let a wound or trauma stop
life lessons
you from doing the things you love to
the
do.
Ocean.
Does it stop the starfish? The starfish can lose its arms, but it grows back. It's a survivor, and so are you. That was our life lessons from the ocean. Now, my favorite part as we end, we're going into an hour here now with me ranting about stuff. So today is the 11th. So we are on day 30. What are we? 37, 8, 9. Yesterday was living in your light. Today is help me be kind. Help me be kind. So this is our daily communication.
Daily communication.
This is our daily communication. Ready?
Daily communication. Daily communication to righteousness. for women, for women. Daily communication to righteousness for women, for women.
Daily communication. Now, if you're a woman or you know a woman, this is for you. So, yesterday's daily communication, I did not read it, but I'm going to read it here. It's titled Living in Your Light, and it's from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6. For God, who said, "Let light shine out of depression," has shown in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Christ. That is the risen, living, breathing you. 2 Corinthians 4, 6. Heavenly Father, let your light shine through me in everything I say and do. Let my life and values be a reflection of my faith and your love. I pray, or I commune with righteousness, that others can see your righteousness through me and my actions. Selah. Amen. I love that. And the book of Joel, chapter 1, verse 3, tell your children of it, and let your children tell their children, and their children to another generation. So we're telling our children's children, and we got to keep telling, let them tell it. So you got to be the one to be the example. So today, day 41, we're doing a 365. This is day 41, and we're in the book of Numbers. Okay. And this is about helping you be kind. Help me be kind. A man who is kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. So when I told somebody, when people are cruel to me, they're not hurting me. When that person left that voicemail, they're not hurting me. They're not hurting me. You know, they're hurting themselves, right? Yeah, let me play this. Let me play this voicemail. I gotta play it every once in a while. They're not hurt because this is very important. Help to be kind. Help me to be kind. This is the voicemail. Okay, here it goes.
Gonna send some emails and just continue to be petty and disrespectful. But let me tell you this. Leave us the fuck alone, all right? Leave us alone. And for you to get the family involved, it's foul. You're foul as fuck. Move on.
And when this is someone who left this, didn't know that the person they're with was still in a relationship with me and didn't tell me anything about them. So they're popping off in that way. And that's not kind, right? So in Proverbs 11:17, a person who is kind benefits themselves. This person wasn't kind. They don't know me. They left this message very nefarious with a lot of F words and demanding something from me to do where I didn't know I was doing what. The person should have said something, right? God, he said she's wow. Yeah. So Proverbs 11, be kind, but a cruel person hurts themselves. A cruel person hurts themselves. So this is the communication to God, to righteousness for folks, okay? Dear Lord, help me find mercy with my fellow human. This one here. I'm going to play it again.
Hey, Carla, this is Keisha. I know your little petty ass gonna send some emails and just continue to be petty and disrespectful, but let me tell you this. Leave us the fuck alone, all right? Leave us alone. And for you to get the family involved, it's foul. You're foul as fuck. Move on.
So, this is the prayer that I'm going to give to that person. Dear Lord, help me find mercy with my fellow human. Just as you show mercy and forgiveness to others, fill me with compassion and teach me how to put the misdeeds of others in the past. Amen. I'm going to say it again. Greetings of love and tranquility with great gratitude for the Most High daily. El Sue is in the room. Thank you so much for joining. We're at the top of the hour, an hour here. Thanks for liking this video. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sharing some words of power when you have been railroad and rambonzled. This is what you communicate to God about. Let me read it again. Dear Lord, help me find mercy with my fellow man, fellow person, fellow woman, fellow human. Just as you, God, show mercy and forgiveness to others, fill me. Let's ask it. Fill me with compassion for that person who left that voicemail and teach me how to put the misdeeds. That's a misdeed. You don't call folks and do that. That's a no. God don't like ugly. And you're ugly. Who will want to kiss a mouth? Let's speak that way. Ooh, child. Birds of a feather flock together. Fill me with compassion and teach me how to put the misdeeds of others in the past. Any misdeed that has been done to you, that communication to God is for you. That's communication to God is for you. It's for you. It's for you. That is the daily communication. That's the daily communication.
Daily communication.
Amen. And Selah again for that.
Daily communication. Daily communication to righteousness for women.
Yeah.
For women.
And that's another woman who did that.
Daily,
How women are like that to each other. Stop it.
To righteousness.
We're supposed to be loving
For
each
women.
other, not being like that.
For women.
Come on now, folks. That is the end of our time together today. We did our lessons, life lessons from the ocean. We did our word today, prosperity. Oh my goodness, we did our verse today that's coming from 1 Corinthians. Love is patient. Love is kind. Was that love that you just heard on that voicemail? No. Love doesn't envy. Love doesn't boast. Love is not proud. I'm hearing that on that voicemail. Love does not dishonor others. Love is not self-seeking. You heard in the voicemail how they're seeking for themselves. Leave us alone. Yeah, about themselves, about themselves, about themselves. Love is not easily angered. Didn't that sound angry? That was an easily angered person. Nasty, nasty, nasty. And love doesn't keep no record of wrongs. That one's for me. I don't want to keep no record of folks wrong. I'm not going to. That's it. We're out of time. Thank you so much for joining Chantasama Day. Oh my gosh, it's been real. It's been real. Have a blessed day and remember to stand in love. Oh my goodness, Elsu, thank you. May the world be surrounded in all that is pleasant and calm with growth for better people, better beings. Yes. Put the wrong behind you. We're going to chant the psalm a day. Look at the light when we're going to chant the psalm a day. Have a blessed day, everyone. Take good care.